Hello there, welcome grade 8. This is Mr. Ahmad. I will be here with you today inshallah. We're gonna have the final revision before the exam. We wanna be ready and we wanna do well. So let's do this. Okay my friends, we have different parts in the exam and we're gonna have exercises on all of them, like examples from all of them, so we wanna be ready for any type of questions. So what is the first question that you can find in the exam? The first question is the listening. So how do you answer this type of question? You're gonna listen to your teacher or listen to a record. So after you listen carefully, you can choose according to what you heard. Okay, my friends, this is an example of a listening question. All you have to do is just listen to me and then you can choose. And this kind of question is so easy actually. I'm gonna say this part twice and after that I'm gonna show you the answers. Hi, I am Maggot. I am from Egypt. Last year I visited Jerash with my cousins. There is so much to see. Roman theaters, temples, and a stadium. I am not usually very interested in history, but this place is awesome. Again, guys, I'm gonna say it one more time, and after that, I'm gonna show you the answers. Okay, hi, I am Maggot. I'm from Egypt. Last year, I visited Jerash with my cousins. There is so much to see. Roman theaters, temples, and a stadium. I am not usually very interested in history, but this place is awesome. So guys, as you can see here, all the answers are in the passage that I have just said. So all you have to do is just mark the answers. So the first one, he said, I am Magid, I am from Egypt. So you have to mark Egypt. Okay, he visited Jerash with his cousins. Okay, and this was last year. Okay, he said at the end that he is not interested in history, but actually he liked the place. So this is actually an example of a listening track and it will be easy inshallah. Okay my friends, now we are going to move to the second part of the exam, which is the dialogue. And I'm going to tell you how you can answer a dialogue and get the perfect mark. Okay, here is an example of a dialogue. Okay, and before you answer any question in the dialogue, you have to do the following. The first thing, as you can see here, there is a title here at the top of the dialogue. It tells you exactly what they are speaking about. So this will give you a hint about the topic of the dialogue. Okay, before you answer the questions in the dialogue, I want you to read the whole thing first and get an idea about the specific points that they are discussing. So for example, how can I help you? We open from 9 to 6 every day. A ticket is £50. I want 2 tickets. How can I book them? Okay, I will book online. Can I bring food with me? You are not allowed. As you can see here, this is like someone is asking about the time, the price, okay, how he can book tickets and so on. So this is like an idea. Now let's start answering some questions. We have here Khalid and he's asking about the museum. Okay, how can I help you? Okay, this is what the officer said. He said, we are open from 9 to 6, or we open from 9 to 6. So this is actually an answer about the time. So the question will be about the time. How can you answer this one? Yep. So you're gonna say, when are you open? This is the first one. Or actually can say also, what are your hours? So both are actually correct. So you can say this or this. Both answers work. Number 2, a ticket is £50. So what will be the question? You're asking about the price. So what is the keyword for the price? Yes. So how much? You're gonna use how much to ask about the money. How much does the ticket cost? Or how much is the ticket? Both are actually right, perfectly right. Okay, he said, I want 2 tickets. Now, how can I book them? How can he buy them? So he said, really? Okay, I will book online. This is how he can book online. The question is about how he can book the tickets. So he can say, you can book them online or from the museum. Khaled was surprised. Yeah, online, this is easier. It's kind of easier than going to the museum to buy the tickets. All right. He asked another question. Can I bring some food with me? Oh, so what will be the answer? You have to look at the last sentence. He said, you are not allowed. So, yes, the answer, of course, is no. You are not allowed. So, sorry, you are not allowed. Okay? Or, no, you can't. Sorry for that. All right. And Khalid would say, thank you for your help. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. You can write here many things. So guys, this is an example of a dialogue and how you can answer it. Okay, let's move to another example of a dialogue. Omar is reading an article. Okay, so what are you doing? So without reading the title, actually you are not going to know what they are talking about. So what are you doing? He could be doing 100 things, right? But here, because we read the title, Omar is reading an article. So what are you doing? Okay, I am reading an article. Okay, so the second, we have a question, number 2, and we have an answer. So it is about famous Egyptians like Dr. Magdi Yaqub. Okay, this is the topic of the article, or it's speaking about famous Egyptians like Magdi Yaqub. So it will be the question, what is it about? What does it speak about? Or what is the topic of the article? Okay, he said it's about famous people like Magdi Yaqub. So we have here a question again. And then he said, because he's a great surgeon. Look here, my friends. He said it's about famous Egyptians. So why is he famous? Right? Do you agree with me? Why is he famous? Maybe because he's a great surgeon and actually he donates a lot of money to the charity, and he has a hospital for kids. So he's a great person, right? So why is he famous? Okay, or why are you reading about him? It also could work here. He said because he's a great surgeon. So the next one we have here, where was he born? Okay, in our unit, guys, in unit 3, we said that he was born in Bilqis. This is a city in Egypt. But actually, if you don't remember the name of the city, simply you can say he was born in Egypt. Okay, so if you remember the name of the city, you can write it. He was born in Bilqis. But if you don't remember it, it's okay. You can write he was born in Egypt. So both actually will be correct. Okay, so also he said he has a charity to help sick people. All right, he said, really? I think he's a great man. Do you agree with Atif? I think yeah. So we're gonna say here, yes, he is. Okay, excellent, my friends. Okay, my friends, now we are done with the dialogue and we had 2 examples of a dialogue. Now, let's talk about the third part of the exam, which is the reading comprehension. What is the reading comprehension? You're gonna read a passage, a short passage, and you're gonna answer some questions on the passage. First, before you go to the questions, you have to read the whole thing. Okay, forget about the questions now. Just read the passage carefully, and if you find any hard words, you can just guess them. Okay, like don't panic if you see any hard word. It's okay. You can understand it from the context of the passage. Okay, let's look at this passage that we have here. We all know the internet is very useful. All of us use it daily. Although it is useful and easy to use, there are some problems that we can face. So, you should do many things to keep safe on the internet. Okay, the first one, you shouldn't make friends with people you don't know online. You shouldn't tell your personal information to anyone. Don't send your photos to people you don't know. If you have a problem, ask for help from a parent or a teacher. You shouldn't answer a phone call or a video call from someone you don't know. Finally, you must keep your password secret. Okay, as you see here, the topic is talking about what? Like the general idea of this passage is talking about what? Yes, perfect. It's talking about the internet and some advices. Like he's giving you some useful advices when using the internet. All right. You tell your personal information to anyone. So actually, can you share your personal information with anyone? Oh, of course not. So you shouldn't. You shouldn't do this. Okay. The internet is very unimportant, lazy, useful, helpless. Actually, guys, it's very useful. Yes, very good. So it's useful. As space is, it means your father or mother. Okay. So grandfather, grandmother, parent, or uncle. Yep, excellent. So the parent is your father or mother. We call them parent. Both they are my or your parents. Okay, very good. Now the next question. And this is the most famous question in the reading passage. It is to give a title to the passage. We said before that the title is talking about the internet, but specifically it's talking about some advices when you are using the internet. So we can say this, okay? So guys, can you suggest a perfect title for this one? What do you think? Okay, yeah, try to get me some ideas here. Yep, nice, very good. You can say useful advices for internet users. So this could be a perfect title. Okay, let's move to the second question. Does the internet have problems? I want you to go back with me to the passage again, okay? And look here at the second line. He said, there are some problems that we can face, but actually he didn't mention them, all right? He didn't mention any problem. He just went to the advices right away. So this part, you need to think of some problems when you are using the internet, okay? Like what? What could be the problems when you are using the internet? Yeah, good. So it could be hacking. Yeah, could be like downloading something which might contain viruses. Okay, also a problem that it wastes our time. Okay, because you can watch a lot of videos on YouTube, you can browse social media, so it can waste the time. All right, what should you do if you have a problem? Okay, yes, at the end of the passage it says, okay, you have to call or to ask a parent or a teacher for help. Nice, very good, guys. Let's move now to the choices, and this is like the part number 4 in the exam. So this part depends on your knowledge of the vocabulary and also the grammar, so we're gonna cover both here. Let's start with the vocabulary, and then we are going to move to the grammar and we're gonna explain some points there. Okay, I go to the with my mother daily to buy fresh bread. So daily, we studied this word in unit 1, it means every day. So you go to the bakers, you go to the chemists, the grocers, and fruit sellers. If you want to buy fresh bread, of course, yes, excellent, the bakers, nice. And actually can say the bakery, both are okay and both are accepted, nice. All right, what about chemists? Why do you go to the chemists? Anyone knows? Yep, you go to the chemists to buy medicine, okay? And grocers to buy vegetables, food, drinks, and fruit sellers to buy fruit. Nice. So the first one will be the bakers. Number 2, come and sit on this. 4 people can sit on it. Actually, people can sit on sofa, chairs, and armchairs. But yeah, we have four people. 4 people cannot sit on an armchair. They cannot sit on a chair. So the sofa, yeah, they can sit on the sofa. So sofa can Like 4 people can sit on the sofa at the same time. Okay, next question. I saw Ahmed's father on his space to work this morning. So we have this also in unit 1. So on his way to, remember this one? On his way to, and don't say in his way. We say on his way to, and then we can mention the place. Okay, I am on my way to work, I am on my way to Cairo, and so on. Number 4, we do the same thing every day. This is exactly the this is exactly the routine. If you do the same thing every day, it's gonna be the routine. Okay. Number 5, can you space my mother for me because my phone is not working? So test, fest, text, hate. So we're talking about the phone. If your phone is not working, so you'll need to borrow another phone to do what? To either text your mother or call your mother. So if you don't have text in the choices, you can choose call. This is like if your phone is not working, you can borrow one from your friends. Okay. Now, next one. On a day, Mona gets up, goes to school, and helps her mother. Let's look here at the choices. We have here typical, we have physical, we have fizzy, and we have interesting. What about this fizzy word? Yeah, fizzy is an adjective. It means like something which has bubbles. You know, the soda and Pepsi, it has bubbles, and this is like, we call it fizzy or fizzy drinks. And we have physical, and this is also an adjective. It means like anything related to the body, our body. We call it physical. So what about typical? Yeah, this is what we want. Typical day. So what do we mean by typical day? Excellent work. Very good. So typical day, this is like what you expect from her, okay? Or what you expect from the day, like the usual, the normal, okay? So on this typical day, Mona gets up, goes to school, and she helps her mother, okay? Hassan forgot his food, but we can our food with him. We have here shake, shade, shave, and share. Okay, so if you have food, okay, and your friends doesn't have food, of course you are going to give him some of your food. So this is actually the meaning of share, sharing. Okay, share here, it means to use something at the same time. All of us are using the same thing. Okay, it's like here I am sharing the screen and all of you guys can see all the questions because I am sharing it with you. So all of us are using the screen at the same time. Okay, and this is exactly the meaning of share. Okay, I live in the city, but my grandparents live in a small city, country, village, and sea. Okay, we have here the city. What is bigger than the city? It is the country. Okay, what is smaller than the city? Okay, excellent. It is the village. So village is the smallest, bigger than the village is the city, and the country is bigger than the city and the village. Okay, so it will be the village. Number 9, they don't need to, their goats, they can find their own food in the mountains. Okay, here we have 4 words: feel, fan, feed, and read. Okay, we are talking about the goats. We are saying that the goats can find their own food. This means what? It means that they are going to feed themselves. Okay, so what is the meaning of feed, this verb? Okay, my friends, feed here, it means to give food or drinks to someone, like a person or an animal. Okay, this is the meaning of feed. And we have the verb eat. This is if you are eating, But feeding, you give the food to another person, so, or another animal. So they actually, the goats, you don't need to feed them, you don't need to give them food. Why? Because they can find their own food in the mountains. Okay, very nice. My uncle has a space in his garden and he uses it to water the plants every morning. Oh, sorry, every evening. Okay, so we have tape, tab, top, and rub. Okay, here some of you might get confused because the first and the second one actually they are similar, only one letter is different, like tape, tab. So what do you call the device which controls the water? Okay, yeah, excellent, it is the tab, T-A-P. All right, remember this one, tab. What about tape, the first one? Why didn't we choose it? Tape. Okay, yes, you use the tape to stick things together, so it's not working here. All right, their house is wonderful, and we have to choose a word similar to wonderful or has the same meaning. So if you say bad, no. If you say boring, it will be like the opposite. So yes, attractive, excellent. So attractive, it means beautiful and also wonderful, so it has the same meaning. Okay? She felt when some men took her father to prison. So someone like went to prison, what are you going to feel? Are you going to feel happy? Yes, of course, no. Are you going to feel interesting? Okay, you feel amazing? Of course, you're gonna feel terrible. Nice, good job. So, you're gonna feel terrible. If you don't have terrible in the choices, you can say or choose horrible also. It will be, also you can choose awful. All of them will work. Nice. Moving to the next page. We have a small house near the railway. So the railway, fine, line, fine, wind, wet. So the railway, yep, excellent. The railway line. Okay, we have here two words related to railway. You can say railway station and the railway line. Okay, so this is like the track for the trains to move on. This is the railway line. What about the station, the railway station? Okay, this is the station. If you wanna like travel, you can go to the station and you can this is the railway station. Okay, what about the word wet? Wet's like an adjective. So wet, it means like speaking in a clever way. You can use wet to describe a clever person. So it's not working here and it will not be correct. Number 14, my little brother is he always wants to stay at home and watch TV. Okay, so if someone wants to stay at home and watch TV all the time, okay, so is he considered clever or intelligent or fast? Of course, no. Yes, I agree with you. So he is considered lazy. Yeah, very nice. We need a computer engineer to our computer as it doesn't work. What do you need a computer engineer for? Of course, to fix it or repair it for you. Okay, because it's not working. All right, of course he is not going to break it or walk or fake it. Fake here, it means not real. She is, so we communicate with her using sign language. What is sign language again? It is using your hands or body. So you use this language to communicate with blind. If she's blind, she will not see your signs, right? So excellent. Okay, so deaf. A deaf person is someone who doesn't hear. He lost his hearing. Okay, it is easy to with people in other countries if you speak English. This is an important verb. So I want to say that I can communicate with other, I can speak with others, okay, without any problems. All right? So this is communicating. Like you can speak with other persons and you can understand them because English is a universal language. Very good. How often do you space dinner? Oh, this is a collocation. You know, guys, what is a collocation? Collocations, these are two words, they fit together or they come together all the time. So, how often do you? Yes, we don't say do dinner, we say make. Okay? Actually, you can also say have dinner. So, after you make the dinner, you can have the dinner. So, dinner, so have here it means to eat it. Nora felt ill, so she in bed last night. Stayed, swam, ran, and walked. In bed. Can you swim in the bed? Can you run? Can you walk in bed? Of course, no. So, yes, excellent. You can stay in bed. Very good. You can catch a plane from an support. We said that you can use this for the ships. So you can find ships at the port. So the railway stations, you can find trains. Okay, and street, you can find cars. So yes, so the airport is the place for the planes. Okay, nice. A is a person who you invite to your house. If you invite someone to your house, is he a tourist? I don't think so, yes. Is he the host? Actually, host, it means you. Because you invited them, you are the host. So, he is not the host. Is he the owner of the house? No. So, yes, he is a guest. Excellent, my friends. So, guest is someone that you invite to your house. Okay. When you go on holiday, you can put your clothes in a suit. This is what you wear, right? So does it work? No. You can put your clothes in a bin? No. Like a pen? No. What about suitcase? Yeah, that's it. Excellent. So suitcase, this is like the bag that you put your clothes in. Nice. When two people get married, they have a... I want you guys to focus on this question. We have here wedding and wedding. Okay? What is the difference between them? So, weeding, it could be a noun and a verb. It means to remove the bad plants from your garden. If you have a garden, okay, at your house, and you have plants, around the plants there will be some kind of bad plants that could harm your plants. So you remove them. So the action of removing these plants is called weeding. So, for example, you can say, he is weeding his garden. So what about wedding? Yeah, this is the ceremony, this is the party, because they are getting married. Okay, so we're gonna choose here wedding. This building became after an earthquake. We studied the word earthquake and we said that this is a natural disaster. So after the earthquake, what will happen to the buildings and the houses? Here we have some words. We have here arch, runs, root, and ruins. So the building became arch. We said that arch is like the curve, especially the gates will be shaped like an arch. This is like the curve. So do you actually come a curve? No. What about runs? Root. Root is like the part of the plant which is under the ground. Not working. Yeah, excellent. So ruins. So ruins here, it is what is left of the building after it's like destroyed or damaged. What is left of the building is it's called the ruins. Okay. Next question. Something means important in history. Something means important in history. Okay. So we have historic, books, pharaoh, and funny. All right. Of course, not books or funny. So we have here pharaoh and we have historic. Okay. We said that the word pharaoh, it means a king. In ancient Egypt, they called the kings pharaohs. All right, so the answer will be historic. Excellent, my friends. We have historic and we have historical. Both are adjectives, but what is the difference between them? Remember that historic means something important in history, while historical means something, yes, related to history, but actually not that important. Okay? For example, the pyramids. So these are historic buildings, okay, because they are very important in history. Okay, but if you say this is a historical paper, a historical book, yes, it is very, very old, but actually not that important because we have lots of these. Okay, so remember the difference between them. They gave the footballer a test to check his health. All right, we have here random, we have important, and we have intelligent. So they actually give intelligent tests. So no. So we have here important, good work, right? Important test, yeah, good work. We said that random, it means something happening by chance, like not according to a plan or something. Why can't we choose important here? Brilliant. Yes, look here, guys, we have a. If you say a, you cannot say a important. You have to say an important. Very good. Also, an intelligent. This is why you're gonna choose random. Okay, a random test. Very good. Last question. We don't know this man. He is a stranger, strong, lazy, string. String is like the thread, and we have lazy and we have strong. So someone you don't know. Of course, I don't know if he's lazy or strong because I don't know him. So yes, excellent. He's a stranger. So a stranger is someone that you don't know. Okay, my friends, now we are going to move to the most important part in the session, which is the grammar. Okay, let's have a practice here. She writes quick. He wants you to use quick. Okay, if you want to describe she, if you want to describe her, you're gonna say she is quick. But if you want to describe how she writes, yeah, excellent. So the adverb of manner will tell you how she writes. So she writes quickly. So if you want to form the adverb, you just add ly. Next one, she is a cook. Well, so well here, this is an adverb actually. So an adverb will describe the verb, but here we don't have any verb to describe, okay? Yes, we want to describe she, the girl herself. So we're gonna say she is a good. Excellent, my friends. She's a good cook. Why? Because we describe the girl herself. How she cooks. How can you say it? Amazing, yeah. So you can say she cooks well. Now you are correct. Very good, my friends. The next one. He drives careful. Yeah, so careful. Adjective describes the person. We can say he is a careful person. But if you want to describe how he drives, yeah, so he drives carefully. Amazing. Next one. Now the next three sentences are about the past simple, okay, not related to the adverbs. So I ride on the big wheel 2 hours ago. Ride, I ride, yes, correct, but I ride is in the present simple, okay? So but we have here 2 hours ago, and 2 hours ago is a keyword, as we said before. Yeah, it's a keyword for the past simple. So what is ride in the past simple? Is it rided? Do we have something called rided? Is it regular or irregular? Perfect, yeah, so it's irregular verb. So here you're gonna say I rode on the big wheel 2 hours ago. Next one. When he was young, he sometimes TV. Sometimes but we said that sometimes is a keyword for the present simple. So why do we have it with was in the past? Actually, my friends, you can also use it. If you want to speak about something that was repeated in the past many times, you can use it actually, you can use the adverb of frequency, like sometimes, like always, like often. For example, when I was young, my dad always drove me to school. So, because it was repeated. Okay? So here, when he was young, he sometimes watched TV. Okay, past simple. We, the museum 4 weeks ago. Also 4 weeks ago is a keyword for the past simple. So we visited. Nice. Let's move now to the next part of the grammar, which is related to the past or the past habits. We use used to. If you want to speak about the past habit, what do you mean by a past habit? It means you no longer do this habit. If you still do this habit, it means you're gonna use the present simple. But what about if the habit stopped at some point in the past? Yes. So here you're gonna use used to. How can you form it? Easy. We use used to with all the pronouns. I used to, she used to, they used to, and so on. Okay, if you want to make it negative, easy, you just add didn't, because we are talking about the past. So he didn't used to. And here's the important part. And here's the important part. Didn't is followed by infinitive. So please take care here. Don't say didn't used to with D. Alright, let's have some practice on this part. Before he got married, Yasser's dad lived in Cairo. Okay, he got married, so we're talking about the past. So he didn't used to, didn't used to not used to. If you look here, we have here didn't and didn't. Both are okay, but we said that didn't is followed by infinitive. So, yeah, amazing. So didn't used to, because we are talking about the past, and also we use didn't with infinitive. Yasser's uncle used to in Tunisia. All right, used to. We said that used to is followed by infinitive. It means a verb without any endings, like it doesn't have s, ed, or ing, and so on. So Yasser, he used to live without any endings. Okay. When she was a child, Yasser's mom didn't play the piano every day. So we have used to, and we have used, and we have used to. Nice. But which one to choose? Actually, you cannot choose B. Why? Because we have to say used to. So this one is without to, so it will not work here. What about number 3, letter C? Used to, correct. Used to play, but we have didn't, and we said didn't is followed by infinitive, so it is used, and we said that didn't is followed by infinitive, so here it is used to. Very nice. Okay, before he had children, Yasser's grandfather know how to drive a car. Okay, so look here at the answers. Used not, no. Not used to, no. So we have to choose between didn't used and didn't used to. And again, you have to use infinitive after didn't. So it will be didn't used to, no. My uncle be a firefighter, but now he is a police officer. Can we use the past and the present in the same time? Yes. If you're talking about his past habit and you are comparing it to the present, what is he doing now? So actually can use it. So my uncle used to be a fighter. Okay, very nice. But now, he is not a firefighter anymore. He is a police officer. Okay. Last year, I to Cairo and visited a fantastic museum. Do we have used to here? No. So we have last year. So last year, this is a keyword for what? Yeah, excellent. Past simple. Very good. So you're gonna choose a verb in the past. Go. No, not past, right? Went. Yep, actually, that's it. Very nice. Went. So what about going and gone? No, not in the past. Gone is the past participle, and we don't use it with the past simple. Very nice. Now let's move to another important point in the grammar, which is the past continuous or the past progressive. How can you use it? We use the past progressive to describe an action that was in progress. What do we mean by it was in progress? We mean that it was going on at a specific time in the past. You can use when if you have an action which was in progress, as we said, but suddenly or unexpectedly another action interrupted it. Okay, this is when you use when in the sentence. Look at this example. The man was reading the newspaper. This was in progress. But suddenly, the thief snatched his briefcase. He stole it. So this means what? Yeah, he's going to stop reading and try to catch the thief. This is why the reading was in progress, it was going on until the thief here took his or stole his bag, and this will make him stop reading. Actually guys, here also you can use while. It is the same thing. An action was in progress and another one interrupted it. But remember that while is followed by the long action or the past progressive action. So you can say while the man was reading, the thief snatched the briefcase. Okay, let's have some practice. While we home, Abbas found me. So here we have two actions. Travel home and we have Abbas found me. But which one was in progress first? Which one was taken some time in the past? Yeah, so we were traveling home first, excellent, and then Abbas found me. Okay, so one action was in progress, another action interrupted it. Next question. When he down for a picnic, lots of runners were running through the park. After when, guys, remember to use the past simple after when. I'm going to write it here for you. After when, we use the past simple, and after while, we use the past continuous. Okay, so when we, yes, past simple here. Yeah, great. When we sat, okay, down for a picnic, what was in progress? They were running through the park. This was in progress first, and then we interrupted them because we sat down in front of them. Okay. As Karim was taking photos, this was in progress. What happened? He lost, excellent, he lost his phone. So this interrupted him. Okay, while Mona, while is used with the past continuous, was or were plus ing. So while Mona was playing, what happened? She hurt her arm. This interrupted her. Okay, we were traveling on the train for hours. This was in progress. What happened? It finally arrived, which means we are going to stop traveling and we are going to get off the train. You see, my friends, this is how you use the past continuous. Okay, let's move to another part, which is the relative pronouns. We use them to talk about a noun which was mentioned before in the sentence. So instead of repeating the same noun again, you can use these relative pronouns. Okay, let's look here at the first question. The person is sitting next to me is called Marwan. Okay, if you want to speak about the person, when for time, where for places, yeah, excellent. Who for people or the persons. Very nice. Okay, history is the subject. So history is the thing, okay? And we use, excellent, we use which to speak about things. But actually, look here, do we have which? We don't have which. So what can you say use instead of which? Excellent, so that. Actually, guys, you can use that for people, you can use it for things, you can use it for animals. Three of them you can replace them with that. Okay. Matruh is the place. The place. Okay? Yeah, very nice. So where I would like to spend, because where is used for places. Muhammad Salah is a person. So I would like to meet him. Oh yeah, very good. So he is a person who. That is the house my grandmother was born. Okay. Which my grandmother was born? Or yeah, where? Very good, my friends. Actually, you can use which. So you can say this is the house in which my grandmother was born, and this will be perfect. In which equals where. So they are the same meaning. Very nice. Let's have some examples for the present simple and the present continuous. We said that you can use the present simple for routine and habits. Alright, on Saturday, Muhammad goes to school. This is like part of his habit or routine. So you can say Muhammad, he is singular. Doesn't and don't, we can say doesn't because he's singular. But why not doesn't here? It will not work. Why? We have here goes. Excellent, my friends, goes. Okay, so goes is not in the infinitive because after doesn't and don't, we use go or infinitive. So it will not work here. Muhammad never goes. So now it will work. Fadi is not a jacket today because it's very hot. Today. So this is a keyword for the present. Simple or continuous. Today or this day or this week. Yeah, perfect. This is continuous. So Fadi is not wearing a jacket today because it's hot. And look here, we have is. We said that am is an R. This will give you a hint that you have to choose ing. Why are those cats? We have also are. Those cats, yeah, climbing. Very good. So climbing because am is an R. This is the present continuous. It means they are climbing the tree right now, at the moment. My cousins are not standing under the tree. They, here we have the first part is in the past present continuous. So we have to use also the present continuous in the second part. So they are sitting under the fountain. And please guys, remember that we have also sitting in letter A, but we don't have am is an R. Remember to use verb be. Very important. Am is an R plus the verb with ing. Moving to a very important piece of grammar, which is the passive. Normal sentences, guys, in English, they start with the subject and then the verb and then the object. But we have something called the passive. What is the passive? The passive, it means I will focus more on the object. How can you use this grammar? First, you start with the object and then use verb be. Am, is, or are, and then you use the past participle of the verb. Okay, now let's have some practice. Many fish in the sea near port side. We have here to choose am, is, or are. Actually, we have are. Okay, and we have the PP code. Excellent. So if you follow the rule, it will be so easy. So you have to remember the rule very well. Okay, remember that we have caught alone, but if you say the fish caught, it means the fish here is the subject. Okay, look at this sentence, my friends. Do we know who is the subject? Do we know who caught the fish? Look here. Very nice. Yes, we don't know who is the subject. This is why in the passive we focus more on the object. We don't care about the subject. Okay, next one. Giza is for its ancient pyramids. Okay, so am, we have here the object, and we have am is an R, so we have to choose only PP. So what is PP of the verb know? Yeah, remember this verb is irregular, so we don't say knowed. Yeah, we say known. This is the verb. Thank you, my friend. Very good. Okay, a lot of oranges along the river by the farmers. We cannot use is. You can use is for only one orange, but here we have more than one orange, so it will be are, am, is, or are, and the pp. So are grown. Remember that we have also grown here, but remember we have to use am, is, and are first. Okay, now let's have some practice. The river Nile is, look at this adjective, polluted. And I want you to tell me how many syllables do we have? Polluted, polluted. Yeah, excellent, 2. So if you have more than one syllable, it will be considered like a long adjective. So you're gonna use more or less. So more polluted than, excellent. The volunteers wanna make the river, okay, more clean. What about clean? Is a short or long adjective? Clean. Yes, it's short, so we don't say more clean than, okay? So yes, we say clean, and then we say cleaner. The river is already clean, but we want to make it cleaner, okay? The electric buses in Alexandria are than the old buses. Green. Long or short? Green. How many syllables? Perfect, 1, yes. So it will be greener than. People think that the seats on the new buses are than the old buses, and we have comfortable. Comfortable, this is more than one syllable. So actually, we're gonna use more or less. And we have here more comfortable than the old buses. So now it's correct, nice. Mount Kenya is not as Mount Kilimanjaro. All right, so we have here as. Between as and as, you use the adjective as it is. So we don't say as higher as highest as. We say as high as. Very good. The adjective as it is. I think that air pollution is as serious. Yeah, so we have as and we have serious. Excellent. So we have to add another as. Don't use than here. If you have as, don't use than. Okay? But if you have more or less, you can use than. Like more serious than. Okay? But if you have as, you can use than. As. Europe is not space dry as Australia. Oh yeah, so we have here as. Okay? So Europe is not as dry as Australia. Excellent, my friends. Last one. The population in the countryside is not as space as the pollution in cities. All right, so we have here bad, okay, and we have worse. Worse, actually, it is the irregular adjective. Bad is an irregular adjective, so we say bad and worse. But what about as and as? Yeah, they will make the adjective as it is, so we have to use as it is. So as bad as good as serious as, and so on. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for being with me here, and thank you for your time, and thank you for staying with me till the end. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best in the exam, inshallah. Thank you and goodbye.